Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie Down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the Aries. Aries, if you're new to the channel, welcome. This reading can resonate for you if you have Aries as a sun, moon, rising, Venus, North Node, or South Node sign. Quick shout out to my tarot class. Yes, I have my tarot class on Monday, and we have a playback link. So if you didn't get to see that class, it's going to be like a 3-part series for learning the tarot. So that first class is very important if you don't really know or you're a beginner. So you can buy that. The link will be in the description box down below. Oh, shout out to Libra season. Happy Libra season. We are not necessarily kicking off the season with an Aries reading, but that is your opposite sign. But no, this is the last sign I was supposed to do for the last cycle of readings. So then when we begin the next cycle, we'll kick off with Libra, as I do with every season. I start off the readings with whatever season we're in sign. Okay, so with that being said, I think that's all my shout outs, all my announcements. So let's get into your reading, Aries, and let's see what we got here. Flip over these cards for what you need to surrender. Okay, what is up with this card coming out? What is that? Oh, there's like something moving, and it's like the trees back there. It's really weird. What the heck is going on? Look at this. These two same exact cards just came out for freaking Aquarius. Like the going in circles, and it came out for Cancer. So you could have Aquarius and Cancer placements. But why are we all going in circles here and over again? I'm not sure. Going in circles. So if you've seen those other readings, you probably are like, this is the same message over and over. I promise y'all, I shuffle these cards all the time. All right, but you have surrender to complete healing. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your emotional, physical, and spiritual healing. Many of you are going through, could be a cycle of healing, and you're finally getting to that place where you finally are healed to a certain extent. I feel like healing kind of is like a lifelong thing. There's always something to heal from, but I think y'all are getting to a place where it's finally a completion of that. Okay, and then you have ancestors pleased, and you have feathers, protection. So some of you, if you ever see feathers lying around in random places, that means that your ancestors are watching over you. They're helping you, they're guiding you, and your ancestors are pleased with the amount of healing that you're doing. So what I'm getting is, for some of you, you feel like you're not really making any progress. Maybe you feel like you're still in the cycle of not getting anywhere, especially when it comes down to your healing journey, but you are actually doing well. Okay, healing is one of those things where you don't really see it much progress in the moment, but when you look back, you're like, oh wow, I really did grow from that situation, or I've healed from that. Okay, and it's something you don't recognize right away every time. Okay, so let's look at, I just realized that my camera is kind of crooked. I don't like that. Can I move this over without everything falling? Sorry y'all, very Virgo. I just like things a certain way. That's better. I like the symmetry, you know. So let's look at my everything deck and see what it is that you feel like you're going in circles about. Possibly Aries. What is Aries? Inner child trauma. Happiness. Okay. Many of you feel like you're not really getting anywhere with your healing journey, or, you know, maybe something in regards to your childhood. Or a fire sign here. Could be a parent that's a fire sign, especially Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Got stable. Anything else for Aries at this time? Let's do a little spread. Let's do 3 more cards for Aries. 1, self-sabotage, therapist, reconcile. Okay. Oh boy. Well, we see where this message is going with the therapist, okay? For some of you, you're just feeling like you're stuck in a loop where you're just not sure where to go next. For some of you, you might have struggled with some type of depression for a while, or something with your happiness, and you're just not feeling that happy. And for many of you, this is something that you need to talk with a therapist about if you can afford therapy. I know on Facebook as well, they have like groups. If you can't afford therapy, they have like free groups you can join for different mental illnesses. I used to do one for OCD, and anxiety, and it really helped when I couldn't afford therapy when I was younger. So if you feel like you need to connect with some people that can really understand you, I think this is a great time to work on that. But for many of you, you are struggling with some inner child trauma. Now, others of you may not even realize that certain things that you're struggling with, especially self-sabotage, are coming from an inner child issue or something that you were struggling with, especially like rejection, abandonment types of things, and you tend to self-sabotage due to fear of that. That is something that comes from our inner child, okay? So many of you are striving for more stability in your life, but you're just not sure where to go or how to get there. Let's look a little bit more into this. Anything else you can tell us here for Aries? They will reach out. I don't know who's reaching out, but some of you are going to get a reconciliation. Oh yeah, hold on, pause. So we have Mercury retrograde in Libra, right? Especially for Aries risings, Aries suns and Aries risings. This retrograde will be in your 7th house of relationships. And as we all probably know, retrogrades are always something that the past comes back to us in some way, okay? Whether that's emotionally, spiritually, physically. So you have, just be prepared for the past to reach out to you. Many of you, somebody will reach out, reconcile, want to reconcile. I would not reconcile necessarily and start anything brand new until the retrograde ends mid-October. Just ask yourself, is this aiding to my happiness? Or is this making me stressed out and annoyed? And, you know, if it's not making you feel good, if it's not feeling healing, if it doesn't feel healing, then, you know, let it go, okay? What? Okay, so you have 2 cards here. You have, for some of you, you have they will reach out and they won't reach out. Go figure, okay? Go figure. For some of you, it's a 50-50% chance. I think that's what it's trying to say. For some of you, you have someone that will reach out. For others of you, they won't reach out. Either way, keep living your life. Keep moving forward. Keep working on you. And you can cross that bridge when you get there. Other things coming towards you have rest and luck. So make sure you're getting enough rest. Many of you will find yourself lucky during this period. But yeah, rest is a requirement. Okay, so let's see what else we got here for you, Aries. Let's look at the tarot and see what's coming towards Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North, and South Node. What we got coming towards Aries, please? Aries, 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands, some type of burden possibly you're carrying, and you're almost to the end of that. You're almost to the finish line of that. Okay, what else do we have here? What's coming towards Aries at this time? Ace of Cups. We have something new here. Death card in reverse, but you're also refusing, or there's some resistance to let something else go, something old, possibly. Death card in reverse could be Scorpio here, Scorpio energy. So yeah, there's a cycle here that there's some resistance to end. Let's see what exactly that's about, though. What is this cycle that Aries is holding on to, doesn't want to end? What is this actually in regards to? What is this actually in regards to for Aries that they're not fully allowing to end? Ace of Wands. The Tower. Something has to be acknowledged here, Aries. Could be some daddy issues, just saying. You have here with the Emperor card, could be an Aries for sure that's influencing your life heavily, all right? Could be an older air sign as well, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Like I said, there's something here could be reflective of a parent in your life or somebody who was a prominent caregiver in your life. I don't know why I keep getting that, but for sure. So for many of you Aries, you're at this place here, right? There's some resistance here to fully let go of the past, to fully heal, to fully change and transform for the better. All right, like there's something that needs to really come down, really needs to be felt that you might be avoiding. When the Tower card shows up at any time, it means that there's something that is trying to come crashing down around us so that we can remove any denial that we're holding on to about ourselves, about our lives, about the situations that we are in. Okay? And for many of you, you're not fully ready to accept or acknowledge that, whatever that is for you. And that's why you're going in circles. That's why it feels like you're going in circles, because it is going to take some type of acknowledgement that a structure that you've been involved in, somebody you've been involved in, some way you've been acting is not serving you anymore, or it is not helping you in your life. And this is an ego death here, okay? Death card in reverse, Tower card is associated with Scorpio, Aries as well. Many of you have some type of addiction. You've been trying to fill a void. For some of you, this is like a sexual thing, okay? A sexual type of addiction or void that you've been filling in your life, or something with filling your life with people who give you a lot of attention, or chasing material things, whatever it is. And it's like you're not really feeling that true happiness. You're not really feeling it because these are temporary fixes for a deeper healing, a deeper problem, okay? And you won't really get anywhere too far, and this cycle will refuse to complete until you can acknowledge, okay, I can't keep living like this. I can't keep living my life like this. I can't keep spinning in this cycle where I'm not fully happy, fully stable, fully content, where I'm never fully reaching that healing place because I refuse to feel my feelings. I refuse to acknowledge everything all the way. So, you know, this is some tough love right now, Aries, but this is what it's saying. If you want to get to this, the brand new beginnings, that feeling of completion, that feeling of, okay, now I feel like I'm getting somewhere, you have to get rid of this energy here, this Tower, this resistance to fully changing, fully acknowledge what is trying to come down, okay? Got a lot of pages here. Page of Swords, Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles, a lot of new things trying to come in, all right? But it's going to, you need to look at what's not working, what relationships are not working, what stress you've been carrying, or what voids you've been trying to fill in your life. Again, like I said, your ancestors are pleased because you have done a lot of work. This could be a lot of work on your own. You're not fully where you need to be just yet, but you're on your way. And so if you need help, you know, help is available to you if you want it. Just try to be open to it, or you have to ask. All right? None of us like to really ask for help, okay? That's something that you have to practice too. All right, so let's look at the advice. Let's look at the advice, and I'm gonna pull a, actually before I do the advice, I'm gonna pull a affirmation card for you. I think you need it. I think you need an affirmation card, Aries. Here we go. Can we get an affirmation card for Aries? I don't think that was it. I wasn't ready. Okay. Yeah, I got two here. Oh. Okay, I think it's these two. All right, so we have Guardian Angel. Someone from the other side says, hello, you are guided and protected. I got chills just now when I read that. And this card says protection. So feathers can be a way that someone on the other side, someone that you might, you know, you in your readings, Aries, you get a lot of like angel type of messages, like people watching over you from the other side, guardian angels, spirit guides, ancestors, messages. So for many of you, you're very protected and blessed. Awesome. All right. The next thing we have here is get out of your own way. You are the reason, the cause, and the solution. Take back your power by remembering who you really are. So for many of you, again, this is going back to this cycle here of blaming other people, being angry, blaming the world, and not taking full accountability for your own healing. It's never your fault what happened to you, but it is your responsibility on how you deal with it afterwards, okay? How you let that eat you up inside, how you let that affect your emotions, affect your relationship, okay? So, you know, that's a hard pill to swallow, but in order to really get to that complete healing, you have to be willing to accept that certain things are not okay, certain behaviors are not okay, certain ways of feeling. You do not have to live like this. All right, what's the advice for Aries? What's the advice for Aries? 6 of Cups. You gotta go back. Gotta go back to that childhood. For many of you, you gotta go back to the past. What's the advice for Aries at this time? Getting out of their own way. Getting out of their way. What's the advice? All right. Some of you need to give yourself more praise. One, for how far you've come on your journey. Or you need to learn how to give yourself that attention, that recognition that you seek from other people, that validation. All right. Many of you Aries, especially Aries Venus. I'm about to drag you for a second. A lot of you guys love the thrill of the chase, love to chase things and go towards them. But, you know, in relationships, some of you could be very avoidant, or when you know, somebody gets closer, you run away. So, you know, not everybody, but it is a very common theme. So, you know, giving yourself that recognition, that validation that you seek, that you need. Everybody needs validation. It's important to give it to yourself. It's important to look at your relationships, go back to the past, reflect. Mercury retrograde is the perfect time to reflect on the past. Not necessarily chase the past, you know, but go back to your past and reflect. Look and observe your relationships. Where have you sabotaged your own relationships? All right. It's not always other people's fault. Sometimes it takes two. All right. Maybe it's not your fault for what somebody else did to you. But if you stayed in that situation, then it becomes your fault because you choose to stay in predicaments. You choose to stay in situations. You choose to entertain people. Okay, so that becomes your fault. So this is looking at where things have been dysfunctional and where they can be rebalanced. Very on brand for Libra season. Again, with this new energy trying to come into your life. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Getting clear on a new stable footing for yourself, saying, I'm no longer going to behave like this. I'm no longer going to tolerate these things. I'm going to get out of my own way. I'm going to go to therapy. I'm going to get healing. I'm going to take accountability for how certain traumas have shaped me, how they have made me react to people, how they've made me sabotage things. Okay, I can tell you something. My trauma, the way I, you know, handled my trauma and things that I wasn't healed from really have sabotaged some things in my life as well. Okay, and it takes a lot of swallowing that pride, swallowing that ego and saying, yeah, I messed up too. And it's not right. It's not fair to some people how I might have reacted or carried on. So stepping back into your power and, you know, having to accept and embrace your emotions about some things. Okay, so you know, this is a very self-reflective reading type today, Aries, but I think it was very much needed because it's what you need to hear. If once you get that part and you really heal from things, the sky is the limit. All right, and I can tell it does get easier. It took me about 2 years to really get on solid ground, but it does get easier. This is 20 years of certain traumas you might be unlearning or more. So that's what we have for you, Aries. Thank you so much for watching. If this reading resonated for you, let me know. I am Tarot by Bronx on everything.